So Drew Brees had a very un-Drew Brees-like day against the Kansas City Chiefs. He did have 3 touchdowns and 234 yards. He also had a completion percentage of 44.1, which is just unbelievable. He threw a pick as well, and he had a passer rating that was a season low of 84.7. So what happened? Clearly things went wrong. Was it just he's not fully healthy from his injury? No, I don't think that's the case. What I saw was not only was this a very not Drew Brees day, this was a very not Sean Payton day. I think that he had a very clear shift. He saw something in the Chiefs defense and wanted to attack it in a different way than he attacks most defenses. It was a lot of plays like this. On this one, Kansas City is in a cover 3 zone. And for the New Orleans Saints, what they're going to do is they have a concept that's actually pretty good against this type of coverage. Watch how it works. Once this ball is snapped, notice how 21 for Kansas City, the defensive back, he's the guy who's in charge of covering the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, which is deep to Brees' left. He's sort of moving further in, which is what you do in cover 3, but this can leave that corner completely uncovered, and if it does, then Brees' job is to then try and throw it to the other receiver who's going to go in that area. That's how this play can work. Brees makes that throw, but the issue is this is just a really low percentage play, and honestly a dangerous one, because it was well played by Kansas City more than anything. It was just a good play by Kansas City, but that's what a lot of the New Orleans Saints plays were. There was a clear aggressive mindset, and to me, my only guess is that Sean Payton just figured their best chance to beat the Chiefs is to outscore them, and they were going to need some chunk plays and explosives to do that, which I don't actually know if that was the right strategy, but that's what he went with. So take a look at this one, because I think this one will show that Brees definitely had the same mindset. It's going to be man coverage. It's a cover 2 man play, but it's actually going to work out okay because the safety isn't going to take away the deeper route, so that's where Brees wants to throw the ball to. Watch, he takes the snap. The issue is that there just is not, literally there's no separation. There's been contact created this entire play, so this is not a throw that Brees should make, quite frankly. It just isn't. But again, he's playing aggressive. He wants to take chances, so he is still going to throw it in that direction. And as you see, it's a mistake, ends up getting intercepted. Who could have seen that coming? I think that's just a mistake for Brees to make, but that just to me shows that's what they were trying to do. It was an aggressive approach, and I wouldn't be shocked if when Sean Payton sees Brees get back, instead of saying, like, what are you doing there? He might have just said, hey, good play, it didn't work out, because that's our mindset. We're okay with turning the ball over a couple times because we want to be able to push the ball down the field. This one's another example where it's going to be a zone blitz, and so for New Orleans, they have a concept that can do okay against this type of coverage. Basically, what you hope happens here is that there's some sort of miscommunication for the Chiefs. They don't realize exactly when they should switch off, when they should pass players to other players. The issue is that Kansas City just did a really good job defensively this game. Watch, Brees takes the snap, and he looks over, and right when there is the cut, essentially, Kansas City did a perfect job of knowing when to pass off. And at this point, if Brees made a throw in either direction, it would basically be throwing in the double coverage. So there's not too much he could do. What he probably should do here is just throw the ball away. It is 3rd down, but at this point, this play clearly isn't going to work. So I honestly think he should just throw it away here on 3rd down. Instead, he tries to make something happen, which I also understand, but he gets sacked. It's hard to blame him for that. And really, it was just, a play that didn't work against this Chiefs defense. So I do think that Kansas City, they had a clear mindset of let's take some chance, New Orleans had a clear mindset of taking some chances because they wanted to outscore Mahomes. And so I was thinking, okay, didn't work out early. And I knew that the Saints got back into the game because I'm watching this on All 22 after it happened. And I sort of assumed, okay, well, we're probably going to see the Saints sort of revert back to what they're good at, and that's when we're going to see the offense thrive. But that actually wasn't the case. Sean Payton stuck with his game plan, and to his credit, it did start to work. So like this one, it's very similar to the concept I showed you earlier. So nearly identical, not the exact same thing, but very similar. And this time it is going to work. Brees takes the snap. Kansas City wasn't ready also. That's another weird factor here. But you notice that the safety kind of goes a little bit further in. I think he was expecting something to cut to the outside. And so that's an advantage for New Orleans because it is a go route. So that definitely makes things easier for him. It's a 3rd down and 10 too, so taking a shot here, it's a bit risky, but you know what? It's going to work out. Brees makes this throw. Emmanuel Sanders gets past the defense, makes the grab. They get all the way inside the 5. So, you know, I can sit here and say, hey, they shouldn't be making these types of throws, but it just worked against Tyrann Mathieu, one of the best safeties in the game. It's hard to criticize too much. This one's another example where it's man coverage. Jared Cook is just running a deep route towards the end zone. That's what a lot of guys here are doing. So, again, this is very much not Sean Payton. This is not the Saints offense that we're accustomed to. We're accustomed to seeing an offense that's all about getting the ball in their playmakers' hands and then letting them do something with it. That's not what they're doing here. Maybe it's partially because Michael Thomas is out and that changed the strategy. I don't know, but that's what they're going with here. Brees takes the snap. He looks up, and again, no separation. If you weren't planning to make this throw pre-snap, you wouldn't make this throw. But Brees is saying, I'm going to take a shot at the end zone here unless it's double coverage. So Brees does make this throw, and it's actually 84. Lil Jordan Humphrey is his name. I thought it was 87. 84 is the number, so that's Humphrey. Good play by him. I said Cook earlier. But yeah, I mean, good play, but again, that's not what the Saints do. It's what they did this game, which is why we saw sort of a very weird Drew Brees game. I also like plays like this that they did. I wish they did more of this. You see them do this to a smaller degree earlier. They kind of do plays like this further down the field, which I wish they did more because I think they work. Kansas City is in zone coverage, and this is just a little zone buster, so it's similar to what we've seen before. And again, what makes these things work is I feel like you have to have something going on at the line to really have them be effective, whether it's a play action or you just have a check down in that area, something. But you want layers to this type of play, essentially. Because watch, Brees takes the snap, and he looks up, and since there were 2 players who ran very similar routes, just sort of staggered, this now means that the Kansas City player who is in charge of covering the zone that I have marked there has ran a lot further to Brees' left, which is to the bottom of the screen, which now means that there's an opening right there for another Saints player to get open and be able to make a grab. Brees makes that throw. They're able to get the catch. I just think I think that was really probably the biggest issue for the Saints. They needed that third layer. It doesn't have to be play action. You can just run a check down, something like that. They didn't do that enough. They focused a lot on getting the ball deep down the field, and it ended up probably not being the best strategy. But hey, I mean, I'm not going to question Sean Payton. I'm sure he had his reasons, and maybe if they ran their typical offense, it would have worked even worse. They were still able to put up some points. He went for something, it didn't work out. It happens. So yeah, was this bad game from Brees? I don't think so. I think that it was just an offense he's not used to running, and that's why it kind of looked weird. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.